All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun give to Fournette. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Check pass. Check.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Here's Minshew. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
But again, they stop him behind the line. That is read well for a 2nd straight play defensively. Now Minshew.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here's the 2nd year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good for the Colts.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on second down. Brissett into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can grab as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brissett now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Set, ready, 46 yard, 44. Let's get the ball. Trump. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our. Check 26, check 26. Check.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Campbell making the catch. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's it, baby.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Powers through him, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
58, boy, 58.
2nd and 5 now. Minshew being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Ready, set.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the 1st half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Come on,
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
On the set. Hey, wahoo! You ain't got nothing.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A give running right is Armstead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Let's go, defense.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Minshew throwing on third down. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Check nickel. Switch.
Here's Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Off play action, it's Minshew. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw it. Minshew looking long for Westbrook. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Just like that. 44, Mike, 44. Leo. Watch safety creep,
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Kill. Watch the ship. Watch that.
Now Brissett. Funches has it complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 25 yards out. Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 12, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Check 13. Check 22. Check over. Check 22. What's that? Bomber. Check. Switch off.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. Dancing to his left. And this is incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they're trying to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 43. Rush in. Yes. Big Ed. Hey. High 7. Please,
Minshew sets to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Ready? Slam, slam, slam. Check.
On 3rd down, Fournette. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll indeed take a knee. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It was Justin Houston who got him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run with Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Help salt this one away. And he's got room. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because he had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No,